Today, while taking questions from reporters, President Joe Biden admitted to being surprised by the least surprising thing in the entire world. This clip, this admission here is just amazing.
Crickets, yeah, crickets. They had no answer. I did not anticipate that there'd be such a stalwart effort to make sure that the most important thing was that President Biden didn't get anything done. Think about this. What are Republicans for? What are they for? Name me one thing they're for.
Really? You really did not anticipate that Republicans would try to stop you? That they would try to obstruct? You were Barack Obama's vice president for 8 years. You didn't see this coming. Look, he's either lying or he's the biggest idiot in the entire world. He has to be the only person that didn't see this coming. I mean, Mitch McConnell was in the media saying he's 100% focused on stopping Biden's administration. And by the way, Biden was told about this, and all he said was, McConnell said that about the last administration, about Barack, that he was going to stop everything President Joe Biden said. And then Biden goes on to say, but we still passed some things. So he saw what happened with Obama. He was there. He saw the party then take on Trump. He really did not see this coming. This is so amazing, and it shows you how weak and ineffective Joe Biden is. And again, another example as to why the Democratic Party failed by choosing Biden over Bernie Sanders in the Democratic primary in 2020. Now, in their minds, they didn't fail because they don't want what Bernie Sanders is selling. They want to have corporate control over everything. They're perfectly fine with that. They're perfectly fine if nothing changes at all. But if you actually care about doing anything, if voters care about doing anything, realize that the Democratic Party and their corporate backers fooled you into telling you that Biden will be able to work with the other side, that he has experience with Republicans, that they could work together to get things done. How's that going? And now some will say, oh, but he passed the infrastructure bill. The infrastructure bill, that's a massive corporate giveaway. Why else would you have 19 Republicans sign on to anything a Democrat does, unless it's a boon to their own corporate backers? So a couple examples of that. The infrastructure bill wastes billions in giveaways to oil and gas industry. Again, gives you an indication as to why you had 19 Republican senators sign on with this. This from New Republic. The bipartisan infrastructure bill is a gift to Wall Street at the planet's expense. The latest proposal includes climate financing schemes that would enrich wealthy investors while doing little to actually reduce emissions. And by the way, I linked to all of these sources below the video if you want to read through the article. There's a lot more detail in these articles, obviously. But this gives you an idea of how preposterous it is to claim that Biden is able to get anything done. Yes, if you're going to completely sell out to their corporate backers, yes, he can get things done. But then who are you really helping? Another headline here before I go on to more specifics about what Biden can be doing with executive action, or even just apart from that with his power of the presidency. But American Prospect here, infrastructure summer, bipartisan bill boosts corporate giants. So even in broadband, the broadband aspect of the infrastructure bill was also corporatized. It was an entire giveaway to massive corporations. So the idea that anyone may use that to say, oh, but Biden did get something done. Yeah, he got what could be done in terms of helping massive corporations. Now, in terms of what Biden can do through executive action, or even apart from that, just his general powers as president, Biden is barely, if doing any of this. So the one thing he did at the beginning of the year was increase the minimum wage for federal workers to $15 an hour. So there's a little help there. There's a few other executive actions he pushed forward. But in terms of what he can be doing, it's just, there's a massive list. This is even just a small taste of it, but I'll read a bit of this here. Without signing a single new law, the next president can lower prescription drug prices, cancel student debt, break up the big banks, give everybody who wants one a bank account, counteract the dominance of monopoly power, protect farmers from price discrimination and unfair dealing, force divestment from fossil fuel projects, close a slew of tax loopholes, hold crooked CEOs accountable, mandate reductions of greenhouse gas emissions, allow the effective legalization of marijuana, make it easier for 800,000 workers to join a union, and much, much more. We have compiled a series of essays to explain precisely how and under what authority the next president can accomplish all of this. And again, I will link to this below the video on YouTube as well. American Prospect has done a fantastic job breaking this down. A couple examples of, again, what Biden can be doing. He can raise wages, including allowing access to overtime pay for more workers through, again, just presidency, not having to use Congress at all. And when it comes to the environment, there's a ton Biden can be doing that he is not doing. So he can, some examples here. So he can cancel a number of pipelines. He can crack down on corporate pollution. He can declare climate change a national emergency, which then unlocks more power for him to suspend offshore natural gas leases and expand production of renewable energy solutions, among other provisions. So there's a lot that Biden can be doing that he simply is not doing. Bernie Sanders, if he were in power, you know he would be doing all of it. He'd be using the power that he has to actually accomplish something to help people, help the working class, and deal with the climate crisis. This, again, you were so if you were fooled by the mainstream press to support Biden over Bernie in the primary, it's time to now finally wake up. You see the lie that they told you. He was not able to work with Republicans to get anything. He can't even get his own party together. He can't even get Manchin and Sinema on board. Now, look, you may say, but what if Bernie was in this situation? He couldn't do it either. Well, first of all, Bernie starts from a much different place in terms of, whittling down or the kind of policy fights he would have. He starts from a place of Medicare for all. I mean, Biden ran on a public option. Where the hell did that go? Not even trying for that. But Bernie would at least be trying from a different place, meaning that if he's forced to cut down his positions, he's at least at a place that is a little more acceptable. So, for example, if he's forced to cut down from Medicare for all to a public option, then that is a better place than Biden doing absolutely nothing. But even apart from that, forget Congress. On the executive orders, on the power of the presidency, Bernie would be doing a hell of a lot more that Biden has the power to do, but is currently not doing it. This shows you how incredibly weak he is and how it was wrong to pick him over Bernie Sanders in the primary.